This is the story of a soldier who defeated 400 Germans alone. On September 8, 1965, the Trow Daily published a front-page article announcing that C. Sleegers had died in a car accident. Many readers went on reading without comment, but the death of a fellow villager who had distinguished himself during the war in a unique way horrified many in southeast Brabant, especially in Veldhoven. C. Sleegers was born in Veldhoven on 13th of May 1919 and was baptized Cornelis Johannes Henricus. He enrolled in the monastery to pursue his missionary studies after finishing high school. His desire, which was feasible given his fluency in multiple languages, was to teach overseas. However, he lost the feeling of being called to become a missionary right before his departure date. C's kept working as an illustrator for commercials until he was drafted into the army at the age of 19. He started working as a military officer's aide with the 2nd Infantry Regiment in Venlo in October 1938. It was the evening of May 9, 1940, and for days there had been indications of an impending eastern onslaught. Beginning at 3:55 a.m., the assault was unexpected and powerful. It was evident by morning that the German Army's 9th Division had progressed to the Maas Valley close to Grubenvorst, which is a short distance beyond Venlo. There was intense fighting, but the German advantage was notable. The task of defending the G141 bunker fell to C.'s Sleegers. His unit tried to hold up the Germans from the western banks of the River Maas. When his commanding officer was injured, the 20-year-old C.'s, the youngest of the survivors, took over command. But the Dutch were suffering heavy losses along the entire Maas defense line. They were either put out of action or retreated. C.'s, who remained in action, continued the battle alone. With unyielding determination, C.'s became a one-man bulwark against the German advance. He braved the perilous battlefield, maneuvering beyond the safety of the bunker to defend the Maas from the oncoming enemy. His steadfast aim and unwavering resolve halted the relentless tide of the enemy's rubber boats attempting to breach the Maas. Reports spoke of this lone figure standing against an overwhelming force, facing a battalion nearly 400 strong. For 6 agonizing hours, he held the line, his courage a beacon amidst the chaos. He amazingly made it through this ordeal, but being a lion of courage does not make one impervious, and C.'s found himself in the hospital, suffering from terrible injuries from shrapnel in his back and multiple gunshots in his stomach. It took him 6 months to be discharged from the hospital. This was not going to be his final offering. C.'s contributed to the resistance movement in the years that followed. He assisted in locating secure hiding locations for British pilots. He vanished in June 1942, traveling to France via Switzerland to reach England. From there, he could more effectively continue his fight against the occupation, but he was taken into custody in Nancy. He obtained his freedom back in Venlo by using fictitious identity documents that the council secretary gave him. He was promptly named Group Commander of the unofficial Blue Hunters Service, which had its origins as the Partisan Action Netherlands following the liberation of the South in 1944. After the war, C.'s bravery, loyalty, and yearning for independence were acknowledged. He was given the War Cross Medal and a 4th-class Military Williams Order in June 1946. Up until 1954, he was still a professional soldier. He later moved on to work as a salesperson in Veldhoven, but the horrors of the war still plagued his life. Headaches, exhaustion, and depressive episodes turned into the war's psychological wounds. Wilhelmina Elizabeth and Sleegers were married in January 1957. The ramifications of his combat experiences caused his marriage to end in 5 months. Wilhelmina gave birth to a daughter named Hanny a year after they were married, but C.'s barely had a chance to see her. He met with a car accident in the neighboring town of Arendonk and died on September 6, 1965, in the Belgian town of Turnhout. It was the subject of a 5-line front-page announcement in the newspaper Trouw. His daughter Hanny inaugurated the nameplate of Veldhoven's Seas Sleegerspad Path, a 1,300-meter cycling path that goes to the Sterrenlaan at the end of 2009. Seas's courageous stand, single-handedly fending off a formidable enemy, echoed across the Maas defense line. His story inspired others to persevere in the face of overwhelming adversity as the man who defeated 400 Germans. Thank you for watching the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel to see more true stories like this.